All right, so today should be squat day every day 26. And if I've learned anything is that squatting every day is a challenge. It's not a challenge to me as much physically as it is basically prioritizing it and making it a discipline, not just a thing that I can do, but something that like I must do. That's what I'm still working on. 'Cause some days I prioritize other things over squatting. And if I really want to make this my goal and see the maximum results, I think I'm gonna have to eventually make the change. But right now, I'm just doing what I can. And if you're doing anything positive, it's always going to show up with results, in my opinion. So, also, if you can't tell, my voice is scratchy. The topic for today's video is sleeping, and I kind of want to call it a sleep cycle. I don't know anything about this scientifically, as in like the terminology and anything like that. I just know from my own personal experience that I think I have a good idea of how sleep works, and so I always like to say when you're looking at your body and you're trying to basically you're trying to weaponize your body, right? You're trying to make it a lethal weapon. Um, there's steps that you have to take. Obviously, you have to think about your health first. You have to think about what are your body's capabilities and understanding your natural functions and how your system operates, and then maximizing that. And when you get a finished product, hopefully that finished product is capable of defending itself, of intimidating possible threats, and basically what's I'm trying to think of the term basically preemptively warning anyone to not mess with you. That's why we try and get strong. That's why we try and get fit at a basic level. Anyway, so in order for your body to do this, it needs a couple things. Imagine that your body and your system and everything you're using, the reason why you eat, the reason why you sleep, the reason why you exercise, is because your system has a process. And imagine that it's like having a construction crew. And like any construction project, sometimes it takes time, but if you don't define the parameters of time and resources, job training, and all these things, then you're going to have a horrible looking project when it's done. Whatever building they're building, especially if it's your house, you want to make sure you hire the best available crew, and that you also compensate them fairly and give them the ample time they need to finish the project. And so we can compare this directly to building strength. You need to be eating the right amount of food. You need to be eating the right kinds of foods. You need to be training your body in its movements and its motions. That's why squatting is such an essential element to training, is that you need to train your body how to function in its range of motions that are already predetermined by biology. We know that squatting is a function of strength because it can be done. Our body can collapse into itself and stand back up without sustaining any damage. That's because our body has a natural strength and capability to do so. And if we show our body its own capabilities, it'll respond by strengthening those already existing systems, whether it be your posterior chain, the hip flexors, whether it be your shoulders, how they retract. You need to show to your body all the different things they can do, and you also need time. And part of that time is you need to sleep and you need to rest. And so that's where the topic of the video comes in. I think sleep is a cycle that takes several weeks to complete. And if you don't sleep well one night, nothing crazy will happen. You're always gonna feel some sort of tiredness, I guess, if you don't sleep well. But what ends up happening is after a few weeks or so, which this is where I'm at right now. I've kind of realized this, and I've already known this before, and that sometimes you lose discipline. I haven't been sleeping as much as I should have, and so basically right now my immune system is a little bit low. My defense is low, and as a result, I'm kind of a little bit sick, and there's no other explanation for it. Here I'm in Orlando right now. It's warm, it's sunny. There's no other reason I should be sick besides the fact that I just haven't slept well, and my eating hasn't been perfect either. So when any one or more of those three components I mentioned of time, resources, and training, whenever one of those is out of place, whenever it's not being kept up with, is when your body's gonna suffer. And whatever project you're building, whatever you hope to see as a result of your efforts, it will be delayed, and that's just a fact. So today, I literally only squatted because I know I need to get at least, if I can, I need to get up to an hour of rest today before I go to bed again tonight. Like, I just need to sneak in those extra hours anywhere I can. And I've been doing that over the weekend. Yesterday I took a long nap, and I still need more. It's like your body has a certain amount, like a prerequisite amount of sleep it needs to keep you alive. And if you're kind of flirting with that boundary and you're hitting the lower ends of what you should hit, you're gonna see your body start to suffer in its functions and its circulation and everything. I think that it can take up to a whole week of sleeping, and depending on how long you've been sleep deprived, it could take up to a month or more to fully recover from sleep deprivation. That's just my theory at this point. It's what I've experienced in my personal life. I don't have any science or empirical data to back this up. I just know that um, that sleeping a lot can promote like healing and recovery only when you've been deprived of it. But when you have enough, then being active is actually the best way to keep your energy high. And so it's all just a big puzzle you have to put together. There's many different pieces, and the more pieces you find and the more pieces you put together, the more it'll make sense, and you'll also be able to have a better idea of what you're missing. The more pieces you find, the more you realize that you're missing some in certain places. So that's it for me. I think uh, that was my last set, 2:45. And yeah, now I'm about to go to sleep after I post this, and I'll keep you guys updated as to how my squatting is going. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Get off your butt and go to the gym. Please and thank you.